Hello everybody, again it's Wednesday, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Welcome everybody who is listening or whoever is listening after the live. It's always nice to get some feedback, and somebody wrote a very nice email. Thank you so much for helping me get through this time. The Facebook Lives have helped me. So isn't that the nicest compliment? Thank you, whoever wrote that. Obviously, it would be nice when we have those questions in the Facebook Live, but we know the statistics that not everybody likes to be seen or pointed out. I would not point out anybody, so don't worry. Just maybe make a comment. You can do that afterwards. It's always amazing how other people are, how can I say something, and that inspires me to keep going. Should I keep going? I don't know, probably. I can keep going. It's also a routine for me. It's a routine for me that keeps going. It's a routine that also keeps me happy and healthy, so I can reach out to the world. I will continue. It's just 20 minutes out of my days that I can communicate with the world and share some of my insights that I have seen while talking to my clients or my friends, what I feel like they need now the most. What do you think you need the most? So this week on Monday, I gave a presentation to students, high school students, some of them in college, at the EdSnaps program. I will add the link to the EdSnaps website there. So they're doing wonderful mentoring programs, other programs for the students to be involved, and it's about STEM. So it's about the science, technology, education. They also are at the art, the A, and M for math. So girls who are in any kind of like STEM programs are being mentored, empowered. And I was talking about my cone game. Let's look at this. Who knows what that is? The cone game is based on my book, Take It From the Iron Woman, where I have developed steps. Actually 5 steps, and I always say as a runner, steps are really important. But I think even today, in today's difficult times, steps are really important. So it's 1 step at a time, 1 day at a time, and be nice to yourself. So what are those steps? So the S is for strategy. We look at the high level, what is possible. And again, in today's times, we need to be mindful. We cannot be like, let's get to the results. What is the end goal? Let's just be a little more mindful. What are your intentions? What is possible? What are the opportunities that are around you? And I said to the students, if you have an opportunity knocking at your door, sometimes that is happening, just say yes. We can always find out or learn more, but if there is an opportunity knocking at your door, or even if you have a crazy idea and you think, maybe I should do something like this, go for it. Just say yes. So this is basically the first cone. When we think about life, we always have obstacles. So this is like the little first obstacles, a reminder. And when we are at the traffic light, the green light says yes. Go for it. So set up a strategy, come up with an idea, even if it's really crazy, go for it. Please go for it. These times are difficult, and 4 years ago, I gave a presentation in Rio de Janeiro before the Olympic Games, and people were not really happy to have those or host those Olympic Games. And they said, when is a good time to start your own business? Well, there's never a good time to start your own business, and there is never a good time to start your own business. We've heard from Naomi Jerez, who started her bagels and Brussels. Now, finally, she had the courage to start it. If you want to hear her story, listen to the podcast. We had it probably 2 or 3 weeks ago on a Wednesday. And also, you can find her on Facebook. I will post her information also in the comments. So this is the S for steps, the first step, the strategy. The T is for team and training. We all know that alone we can do many things, but with a team, actually it's much easier. Even if you think that running or any sports, any solo sports is easier to be done alone, actually research has shown that when you empower each other, when you work in a group, much more is happening. So don't underestimate the power of the team and also empowering each other. And then obviously training, that goes without saying. In any sports, not even only in sports, but also in the business, if you want to become better, you have to train more. And a side note is, if you complain all the time, you become better at complaining. Maybe take a moment to think about that when you complain the next time. If you complain more often, you become better at complaining. That's not what we want. We want to focus on the positive. And that's also what I want to talk about today. It's Barbara Fredrickson, who has done a lot of research on happiness. Her website, and I will put that also in the comments, is about positivity resonance. You can find out your happiness quotient. And she talks about the 7 habits of happy people. But before we go into that, let's finish my cone game. So we're at the yellow, we go to the orange, and that's the STE, the evaluation. And at one point on my Facebook Lives, we did meditation. So when people think it's difficult for them, meditation can help. And a lot of people think meditation is that brouhaha, sitting cross-legged. Actually, meditation can also be just sitting still. And if you have thoughts coming up, let them come. And you might be surprised what kind of thoughts are coming, positive, negative thoughts. But invite the positive thoughts and just say goodbye to the negative thoughts, if that's possible. I know this is difficult. So if you need meditations, there are obviously a lot of apps that you can use, the Calm or Headspace. And also on Barbara Fredrickson website, there's a lot of meditations that you can just listen 2, 4, 5 minutes. Or also Tara Brach has interesting meditations that you can listen to, whatever makes you feel comfortable. I've listened to some meditations and I was like, this is not for me. It was the voice that I didn't like. There was something, or even what they said, there was something that I did not like. So whatever works for you, works for you. I think that's the most important thing. Don't listen to what everybody is saying. It has to work for you. And it's okay to say, no, I don't like it. And you don't need to say or give any explanation. If I don't like anything, I just say, thank you. Maybe this is for you. Not everybody needs to like what I'm saying or what anybody else is saying. Certainly we have Tara Brach, we have Barbara Fredrickson, we have Brené Brown, wonderful female leaders who are stepping up now, and also Caroline Miss. I like her stuff. She has very interesting insights. So I will also post what she's doing. I like to follow the female women because it is important to empower each other, to uplift great women, lean in, stand up, and make it happen. So we're at the E from the steps. So the P is the planning, and in my book I talk about the bucket list, planning and execution. What is your bucket list? Maybe it's a little more difficult. I know a lot of people would love to travel. Well, look at your pictures, Google a nice place, maybe put together a virtual tour. We know some of the museums now have offered virtual tours that you can look at, enrich yourselves with something that is of your interest. I certainly will look at the beautiful museums, the MoMA, even some in Europe, where you can walk around in the museums and you can see what beautiful artifacts they are displaying actually. And whenever we can travel again, who knows when that is, you can make a list of which museums you would like to see. So the P is for planning and then execution. And the last cone, what can that be? It's success. So success is when we have reached our goals and when we are proud of what we have accomplished. So that's what I want to say is like focus on something positive. We know that the high school students that I was talking to on Monday, they said they want to know more about mental health. I see a lot of people who are like, when is this over? So we need to focus on something positive. As I said before, if you complain, you become better at complaining, nagging, not being happy. So how can you follow those 7 habits for or of happy people? Let me read them to you. So it's about relationships, create the positive relationships. And we also need to see which one are the toxic relationships. Maybe it's time to say goodbye. Focus on positive relationships, people who are uplifting you, people who have something to share, people who have a good message. That's what we want to focus on. Number 2 is act of kindness. I think first of all we have to be kind with ourselves and then we can be kind with others. Remember in the airplane, put your oxygen mask first on you and then you can help others. So act of kindness is be nice to yourself. Again, if you're complaining, you're nagging, you're going that downward spiral. We need to be positive. We need to be kind to each other, but foremost to yourself. I read this morning on a post of somebody who went to a store and they bought something, food, I think it was actually ice cream, and they were paying for somebody else in the line. And the clerk at the counter said, give her 15% off. Well, she overheard it. But then other people heard that she was paying for somebody behind her. Why not pay forward? If somebody has an ice cream or smaller items, what if it's $5 more? Pay it forward. Pay for somebody's coffee. That's an act of kindness. I will try that too next time. See that smile on that person's face? I remember one time I was in a store and I had a bag that somebody gave me. It was like an Egyptian bag with a picture from the pyramids. And somebody in the wheelchair ahead of me says, oh, this is a very nice bag. And I was like, you know, if you really like the bag, you can have it. You should have seen that smile on that person's face. I made their day. I was happy. We all know we all have enough bags. It was an act of kindness for that person. Why not do something kind? The third point I absolutely love, it's exercise. We know it's still a little difficult to exercise, and I always say wear a mask. I wear a mask when running. It's not fun, but at least I am able to go outside and run a little bit. Nothing compared to what I've done years before when I trained for my Ironman. It's already 5 years ago. When I look back, I'm like, wow, these were the days. Being active and on top of things. That's how I feel when I can exercise. The fourth point is about flow. And when you think about flow, I've talked many times, it's about creating a routine. A routine as simple as get up in the morning, make your bed, take a shower, put the lipstick on, look professional, look your best, even for yourself. So that's another act of kindness. If you look good, you feel good. We don't need lipstick when you wear the mask, but if you are on a Zoom call, wear your favorite lipstick or mascara, whatever makes you happy. The number 5 point is spiritual meaning. So when people ask me, what app are you using for meditation? Find the app that is working for you. Create again meaning, and I emphasize again, create positive meaning. Sometimes when we listen to the news, that's not really positive meanings, except when I watch Governor Cuomo's briefing every day or every other day. It gives me hope that somebody has a good message. Maybe it's not always a positive message, but it is a good message. It's informative, it's clear, it's what we need now. Something who is calming us down, who is balanced. Again, complaining only makes us better complainers. The 6th point is strength. And it's when you exercise, you eat healthy, you have healthy thoughts. It's all this upward spiral. That's what we want to create. So it's strengthening the whatever is around you, strengthening yourself, strengthening others, and be that role model. Remember, I said my role model is the Statue of Liberty. She's there all the time. She's there to inspire us, to motivate us. She's strong. She's there in any kind of weather. If it's hot, if it's cold, if it's snowing, she's there. That's what I think it is, the meaning of being strong. And we all know we have days where we might not be the strongest. That's okay too. Then we fall back to number 2, to the act of kindness. If you have a bad day, just be very mindful with yourself. Don't push it too hard. We all know these are difficult times. People want to get back to work. We still have to work from home. So get through those difficult times. Reach out to me. Let's have a coffee. Why not? We can have a virtual coffee. And the point number 7, I always say that it's having a positive mindset. People say to me, how can you be so positive? Well, I think I have no choice. What if I'm crying the whole day? I get puffy eyes. That doesn't look so nice with a nice lipstick. A lot of people are laughing, but you feel good if you feel good, right? So make sure it's the act of kindness. It's the little steps that we take. It might be smell the roses. And I always say, get fresh flowers. Why not every day? It doesn't have to be those huge flower arrangements for $50, $100. Why not just buy some roses if you like them, some sunflowers, just something that uplifts your spirit. Why not? Be kind to yourself. So check out Barbara Fredrickson. She has a TED Talk. She talks about positivity and pursuit of happiness. She's certainly a huge researcher. I've met her at the Harvard Coaching Conference a few years ago. When people think like happiness cannot be measured, she's certainly the person who is measuring everything and anything. So again, make sure it's about the positive relationship, the act of kindness, the exercise. It's the mental and the physical exercise. But we also need to be sure that we have the physical distancing, not so much the social distancing, but the physical distancing, 6 feet apart, the flow, create that routine, the meaning in your life. And I can offer some help if you're stuck, you don't know where to go. I know it's hard at the moment, but if you look at the positive side, create a positive mindset. We also want to create a positive mindset that is elevating you, is the growth mindset that you can exude and also help others. So it's about supporting yourself first. It's the act of kindness, but then it's also reaching out to other people who need some extra help. Reach out to me. I'm happy to talk to you. There can be any moment in our lives where we can have positive moments in our lives, even when it is very difficult. So this is it for today. We'll see you next week, and bye-bye.